Welcome back, guys, to another trade recap. So yeah, honestly, the last couple trade recaps, I've been doing not too bad at trading, oddly enough. We'll see if this continues. Don't mind this. This is a different session that I'm working on right now. The one, if you guys saw the last videos, I made 6% and then lost everything in July. We're slowly accumulating back. Our losses. We're up 2% on the year right now. More wins than losses, so that is good. And I'm going to be going over this win that I have here. And yeah. So this was a very interesting case where I was initially bullish, but my trade got invalidated and I ended up taking a trade in the opposite direction. But let's just go over what I was looking at. So coming into the day, today is a Tuesday, and I initially was coming in with a bullish bias. Why am I coming in with a bullish bias? Well, excuse me. Well, we had a sweep here, and we had an SMT essentially at these lows here from Monday's candle. So I was assuming maybe this was the low of the day, and we were going to expand away from Actually, I was thinking this was the low of the week, right? So I was thinking that we were going to expand from the low of the week and continue up. We do have a lot of low resistance here, so I thought these could be our targets. So coming into Tuesday, I was definitely more bullish, that's for sure. Coming into the 4 hour, as you know from the other trade recaps, what do I like to do on the 4 hour? I like to mark out my 1800 candle and my 600 candle and try to basically determine whether we've put in a significant high or low of day. Now, as you can see here, where I marked these out, here and here, I basically was looking to see if there's any SMTs anywhere. There were none. These were relatively equal highs, so I thought this could be a target if we wanted to be bullish. Now, other than that, I was also looking at the fact that we had a change in state of delivery here and here, so I was thinking that okay, maybe price is retracing to go higher. I was a little bit confused while looking at this, and I think it will be better demonstrated when we go to the 1 hour. But other than that, that is what I was looking at here, the fact that we had a 4 hour change in state of delivery. So I was thinking that we were retracing to go higher potentially, especially since we had like a 4 hour fair value gap here. I didn't really think we put in a relevant high of day. There's no SMT here. We haven't really taken out anything of significance. So I was thinking that we could be moving higher to target these relatively equal highs here. But that is everything that I marked out in the 4 hour. Now coming into the 1 hour, I was definitely more bullish. So I was kind of disregarding this bearish fair value gap here. In fact, we were in a 4 hour bullish fair value gap. So I thought maybe this could help us go higher. So what I like to look for on the 1 hour, and particularly going down in, cycling down in time, is looking for maybe a bullish PDRA to support us going higher. So clearly, I don't really see anything like that on the 1 hour on either NASDAQ or ES. So I basically just cycle down to the 30-minute, still not really seeing anything. And then I basically just went down to the 15, and then I saw this little fair value gap here, and as you can see, I delineated it on both NASDAQ and ES. However, well, actually, before I get to that, so the first thing I want to see is a sweep, right? So coming into the 9:30 open or the 9:30 drive, we did come back into here, and that was exactly what I wanted to see. And then we started moving up, but I recognized, I think this is better seen when we go down to the 3-minute, is that we wicked up into here very aggressively, might I add. As you can see, these wicks are very long. Let's clear the chart really quick. So you can see these wicks are very long. And we were not really showing a willingness to go higher. As soon as I saw that wick, it kind of raised a red flag in my head, and I was like, ooh, are we not going higher? And initially I was like, okay, well, maybe we can just come back down, regroup, and then go higher. But as you can see, we kind of respected this bearish fair value gap, and as you can see, we tapped into this line and we refused to go above it as well. Now, what is this line here? I actually do not remember what this line is supposed to be. Okay, so yeah, this line would delineate a 1 hour change in state of delivery. So that was what I was looking for. That was never delivered. So we tapped into it and then rejected off of it. And so so you're probably wondering, okay, when did you decide to change your bias and go bearish? So I wasn't 100% sure if we were gonna go down bearish, right? So I decided to wait for a continuation confluence essentially. So I wanted to see a retest of a bearish PD array to then go move down to the downside. So once I saw that we closed below these fair value gaps here and that we closed below these order blocks, that is an immediate signal to me that we want to go lower. So as soon as this happened and I realized that we were respecting this bearish fair value gap, that's when I decided to jump in. Projected standard deviation. And honestly, I went a little bit past standard deviation, which probably not a wise thing to do, but I was going to move. But when it got down here anyways, I was going to move my stop to break even. So I either would have came out at a break even or maybe I would have taken a partial or full TP, which luckily for me, I got full TP. So this was an interesting case where my trade definitely got invalidated and I kind of just had to adapt and like trade what the market was giving to me. Obviously, this was a very surprising because it's not like we have anything really relevant below us. Yes, we have this low resistance, but this was definitely not going to give us that 1 to 2. So using the standard deviation or the Fibonacci is definitely useful in these cases to figure out what is a realistic target for us. And as you can see right here is close to this standard deviation. Will it reach there? I'm not sure. We can actually go in time and see, but that is basically it. You can also mark out standard deviation using where around the area you entered. So here, that would be first standard deviation, right? So it's saying that we could potentially get down to here, which is around fourth standard deviation. So let's just go in time and see, although I've already gotten my profit. Okay, so as you can see, do you see the fact that it's consolidating here? We just made like a change in state of delivery and we just closed above that. So we're probably going back up higher now. The market cannot change direction without a swing point. This is clearly our swing point right here. Consolidation, initiating a reversal signature. We are closing above it, so now this is more likely than not going back up. So as you can see, so it's probably not going to get down here. That's what it's best to take low-hanging fruit. Luckily for us, though, this actually does meet the 2 standard deviation here on the NASDAQ here, which is good for us. So you would have gotten, let's see, the full TP. So if you'd gotten like maybe like here, stop maybe above this body or this body, probably this is not a pretty good place. Okay, so because it's a 1 to 3, you could probably did here just to keep things a little bit, give a price a little bit more room to move. So yeah, that's what that would have looked like, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, you can see after we do end up moving back to the upside, change the state of delivery, retest here, came back into the order block, and then it just barreled upwards. And that's pretty much it. Standard deviation is so useful. So standard deviation gives you a good idea of where price will bounce off of. Change the state, maybe could have caught along, but I wouldn't recommend that. And as you can see, it doesn't really come back and give us an entry. So that's why timing is everything when it comes to these sorts of things. But with that being said, that is this trade that I took here in this session. Trading is going somewhat well. I'm starting to kind of understand a little bit more about how I'm supposed to look at price and what to expect and stuff like that. But as with most things, I still need more practice and just more data to, make sure that I'm understanding what I'm seeing. And then I need to see the metrics that I'm looking for, which is that 6% plus more consistently, because that's a good metric to show whether I'm more correct than I am wrong. So with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Peace.